Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Kim with the Craft Space. Today I thought what we would do before we got into my December daily is I just was going to show you a couple little paper crafts that I've been working on while I'm waiting for the UPS guy to show up. And yes, it is a guy. We do have a guy, not a girl. And I need them to drop a few things off so that I can add them to the packages that I'm going to be shipping out today, because I'm a few days late from the actual deadline from USPS saying that they can guarantee the packages will get there by Christmas. But fingers crossed. Let's hope that they come in early. I can get these things turned around and in the mail, and maybe they will get there in time for Christmas. So let me just show you a couple little things that I've been doing, and then we'll get right into my December daily, which I've been really trying to keep up with during this busy season. So the first thing that I was working on are these little teeny tiny, I guess they would just be little notebooks, with some little scrap paper notebooks. They're great to add to a journal or your December daily, or add with a little pen and put it in a little cello envelope with maybe some candies or a little hot cocoa packet, and you've got a real quick teacher's gift or admin gift, you know, all those little extra people that you want to just drop these off to. Your the people that work at the counter of your post office, your favorite person at the grocery store. I live in a very small town, so you tend to get the same people every time you go. So I love packaging up little things like this and giving them out to just the people around town. And they were very simple. I took scraps and bits of my scrapbook paper from all the things I did from the craft fairs this year, and added some of those pages that have all these like little tags or these little sayings all over them, which I don't tend to use very much in my own journaling, but they make really cute tags and toppers for these little notebooks. And I just fell in love with these little teeny tiny bells. I found a package of them probably at the thrift store or something, and just added them to my paper clips. And we got little ho-ho. I love ho-ho. And so here's just a few of them. And what I did on the inside, so these are layered. So it's one layer of single-sided scrapbook paper, and then a scrap behind to give it a little border, and then the little saying. I did ink the edges on some of them I did not. And the inside, I got an entire pack of this. It's like a newsprint with no printing on it. And I made them just a little bit smaller than the outside and put one single staple right in the middle. It doesn't seem, since it is so small, they don't seem to move too much. And it's a perfect little size. These came together very, very quickly. You just pop your paper clip on like that, and I just thought these turned out just really adorable. So I will put these in a little envelope in my purse and carry them around and drop them off to anybody that I think needs a little pick-me-up. This one, I love the little fake sewing. I don't know if you can see the fake stitching around the outside. This was just a piece of the corrugated cardboard. When I ripped open a package, of course it never happens when you want it to, the little corrugated part actually came out really nicely, so I thought, well, I'll use that as a background, because when you're doing paper crafts and junk journaling, nothing is not an art supply. Other things I do with these sometimes is, you know, you see a mom that's in line, got kids, and you can tell she's really just frazzled. Sometimes I'll just hand her one as a little, you know, just as a nice little gesture, or maybe I'll hand one to each of the kids and tell them to use them as little coloring, little coloring things while they're at a restaurant or something. And sometimes that's all the kids need to just maybe calm down and give mom a little break. If they're little teeny tiny kids, I will make sure that I pop this off so they don't swallow it. But most of the time, you know, if there's just a couple of kids and they're just driving mom crazy, or I give it to mom. And here are the last two. So I just popped up, and I think these took me probably, I don't know, maybe a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes by the time I cut them all out. And I really did not put a lot of thought into matching the tag or matching anything to it. Just, you know, just completely random. And I got to use up all these little topper things. These would also be cute. I'll probably use them in some of my journals next year if I don't give them all away. I might bundle up some of them, put them on my Etsy shop for next year, put them in a craft sale. But they're a fun little project. Look how fun that looks. I wonder maybe if there were 30 of these, I could bind them together, and each one could be like a December daily on its own, or if you are a really big journaler, or maybe only do it without all the pages inside and just do little covers like this, and then every day you could journal in it. Just always coming up with some fun ideas of what people can do with all the scrap bits and paper bits that we have. And then the other thing I did is I've started getting extra Christmas cards, and then I got a, you know, I went through my stash and pulled out a few that I was making big junk journal Christmas cards with, and I started just making some of these little, they're bigger than the other one. They're a little bit more of a substantial notebook. And what I did was, I don't want to start with that one. What I did was I went through and grabbed some pages out of, you know, you get, sometimes you get a journal that you really want to just use the cover of, and you've got all these extra pages. I kind of bundled some pages together and made more of a little notebook. Oh, the light in here is pretty crazy. It's really overcast today, so I'm getting a lot of shadows on my desk, which is sitting right by an open window. So, but anyway, so I took a Christmas card, rounded the edges, found some scrapbook paper that I thought for the front and back cover, I thought that would be a nice addition. So when you open it up, you've got a nice little cover page, and then it goes into the lined paper that you can write on, and then you can add your this book belongs to. You can add whatever you want to on the covers, but I thought, you know, making up a few of these would be fun. Add a pen to them. They would make a really nice gift. You know, same with that one. You might recognize this one. I pulled out a Christmas card because I think I'm going to use this one myself. Look at, and I just thought, I love this mint green or this lime green color for Christmas. I don't know if that's I don't know, I just kind of into it this year. But we all have those journals that we either buy because we love the cover, or they're old journals that we started on, and you know, you get to the first 2 or 3 pages of, and then you never finished them, and you dig them out and you just take them apart, use the covers for something else, and then you have all these extra pages that you can turn into some mini journals. Look at how cute he is. So again, I think adding the little cover of the scrapbook paper that matches this one, I wanted to cover the back greeting, so I made a little pocket. Same with this one. This is one of those cards that already is printed on the inside. Again, sometimes I have to use a little extra piece to cover up the greeting on the back. I love these cards that have something cute right here. You don't even want to cover it up. And oh, I love this one. I love when they do the blue and the sparkly. Use some, I don't even think this was in a Christmas pack. I think that's just an extra, or that's from a non-Christmas pack to go with this one. And then you can tuck whatever you want on the back of it. I always use mine for receipts. So if you buy somebody a gift, or you've bought some things that you're not sure you're going to use for the holidays, throw your receipts in here so you're not digging all over and you're not carrying them around in your purse so that the ink on them wears off. But so what do you think? Oh, and the reason I saved this one for last is that I could not find any paper that was this weird green color. It's not really mint, it's not really lime, it's just a very odd color. So what I did was I took the envelope that came with this that had this little guy on there, and as you can see, that's the back of the envelope. I just used the envelope as my, I had to kind of piece it together to cover up and make it a little bit more solid. But I really wanted it to coordinate, and I just had nothing, so I thought, why not use the envelope for that little cute one? So, and again, then I put this on the back. I did, instead of stapling these, because I do not have one of those saddle staplers that's very long, I do have the kind that you twist, and that you can staple however big you need to, but it's at the studio, and these are all done here at home while I waited for my delivery. But I just thought I would share these with you, and it really took me probably maybe 45 minutes to do this project. And hopefully he comes before I start another project. But I just thought I would share these with you, and let me know. Give me a comment down below. What do you think? What do you guys think of these little extra projects that I did while I'm waiting for him? All right, so I'm going to put these away, and we will get right into my December daily for today. And again, thank you for coming along with me on this journey of trying to keep up and do this every day and take a few minutes for myself. And I still have not added anything to my dangle charm yet. Oh, let's start here. The only thing that I did not do today is I don't have my daily number for this yet. I cannot find a 15 anywhere. And I even went out and got the actual mail today. And there was nothing in there with a 15. So I think I'm going to grab my number rubber stamps when I'm at the studio later on today, and I will grab them and I will add a little 15 to today. But today we did some holiday scratch-offs just because they're fun to do, and I wrapped some presents. So if you can see, I put just a little bit of the wrapping paper behind, and then my 2 scratch-offs, which were non-winners, as you can tell, ended up becoming the little pockets for the day. And these are, this is the side piece of a box that I used. I kind of Frankenboxed it to wrap a present today. So I cut this edge off the side, and that became a journaling spot for me. And I did punch a hole in it, so I had to use a sticker to fill the hole. And I won't flip them over because that's where I do my journaling. And this also was, I made another little tag with some ribbon that came in Happy Mail. I put this month's a little calendar on there with a little seal from somebody's envelope and some ornaments because they were that shiny foil, which I don't normally use, sparkly and stuff like that in journals. But I thought, you know what, this time of year I'm going to use everything that I find that just happens to pop up during my shopping, or if it comes in the mail, or if it's Happy Mail, or if it's part of a project I'm working on. I've decided to add it to really start expanding on how I'm doing my journaling. These were some just little stamps that were in my box of, I think they're from the boys club. They were, you know, they always send you all of that stuff, and I always feel guilty using them if I don't send them something. So I usually try to send just, you know, either a couple dollars here and there. But then I found out the more you send, the more the stuff they send. So it's like a vicious cycle. You just can't get away from it. So don't feel guilty if you use them and you don't send them anything. And again, I put some little ornaments. So let's just pop back to my front page, which I really am convinced now that I look at this, I should have started it at the top. And that's why I have not put my December 2025. I haven't glued it down yet because I haven't decided, do I want to finish my month out here and go up here and somehow mark it, or do I want to add a little fold down that I can, you know, kind of flip up and add to it. So I haven't gotten that far, but I realize if you do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, this is only going to get me till Christmas. And then I will have all the days up until the end of December to finish and put them somewhere. So I really did not plan ahead, and I cannot put them on this side because I already journaled on this side with my day 1. So we will figure it out when we get there. We have 10 days until we get there. And then again, I really made sure that where is it? It's in here somewhere, there we go. And I made sure that I crossed off today. Kind of a boring calendar, but anyway, thank you so much for coming along. If you would be so kind as to like this video for me, it really helps out a lot. And if you could subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything, you can also click on the bell and it will notify you when I upload a new video. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.